(5:30 p.m.) I call the Mount Morris Township Board meeting to order. Will you please rise for the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Dora.
Present.
Ms. Loper.
Present.
Mr. Baxter. Present. Mr. Green.
Present.
Myself present. Mr. Mays.
Present.
Ms. Jonah is absent. 6-1.
Need a motion to approve the agenda for the board meeting July the 14th.
So moved.
Support. Is there any additions or deletions to the agenda? We received a letter from legal counsel in regards to
Removing.
removing the forensic audit. So I'm requesting a motion to that effect, please. Since the treasurer is not here.
I'll make a motion to approve and amend the agenda as presented.
Support. So you're asking to remove the forensic audit?
Yes, sir.
I have a motion by Allen, supported by Baxter, to amend the agenda and remove the forensic audit from the agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye. Or do you want a roll call?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Ms. Loper. Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
No.
Motion's carried 4-2.
In regards to the motion to approve the agenda, excluding that, motion by May, supported by Baxter. Roll call.
That motion was to amend and approve it all in one that I made.
Oh, you already did it.
Mm-hmm.
Approve minutes from the special board meeting of June the 5th, 2025. What's your pleasure?
So moved.
Support. Have a motion by May, supported by Baxter, to approve the minutes of the special board meeting of June the 5th, 2025. All in favor signify by saying aye. A roll call. I'm sorry.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Need a motion to approve the minutes of the board meeting of June 9th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Support.
I have a motion by Baxter, supported by Mays, to approve the board meeting minutes of June the 9th, 2025. Is there any additions, deletions? Roll call.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Need a motion to approve payment of the bills from June 5th, 2025 to July 9th, 2025 in amounts of $2,494,550.43.
So move.
Support.
I have a motion by Allen, supported by Mays, to approve payment of the bills from June 5th through July the 9th, totaling $2,494,550.43. Is there any discussion on payment of the bills?
Yes.
Yes.
So just because we didn't have a quorum, just let the public know that we didn't have a quorum the last meeting, and so this bill seems really high. But it's going through, a lot of it is just tax payments that had to be taken out of the taxes that were due to schools and municipality, or like the airport. So in taxes, out of this is approximately $831,000, and then just, like trash and consumer bills, like $254,000. Health insurance and workman's comp's around $250,000. Genesee County Drain Commission is $181,000, $50,000 to Genesee County Road Commission, and then the IRS is $93,000. So it's $1.6 million of the 2.4 approximately. So it's not like we're just spending a whole bunch of money in the last month. So a lot of it is just bills that come in annually or monthly. But it seems like a lot. But I mean, just to let the public know that it's not just like $2.4 million. Like no big deal. We're just gonna approve it. But that's where a lot of that cost is, and just information for the public.
Any other comments? Roll call.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
At this time, we set aside public comments on agenda items only. You're restricted to 3 minutes. Anybody who wants to address the board in regards to agenda items only? Agenda items only?
Evening, Township Board. Denny Van Alst, I'm a 2010 retiree from Mount Morris Township. And the past resolution that was not voted on was saying anybody prior to 2014, I believe what this resolution says about the health care down the road for retirees. And this resolution, it says after 2014. Can I get some clarification on that?
The contracts prior to 2014 stated that the township would provide medical care until the retirees reached age 65. One of the things that we're asking for clarification on that was brought up by one of the retirees is the ordinance 83-140, which is approved by the Township Board in 1983. And the clarification under that, I would ask legal counsel to please review it. I'm going to ask the boards to have that tabled until we get that back to clarify, because the part that I have concerns with under that ordinance was hospitalization provided protection shall continue until all retirees reach the age of 65, at which time the hospitalization coverage will be provided in conjunction with Medicare coverage. So with the word of conjunction with needs to be clarified in regards to the terms, which will change the resolution, and I prefer to have that clarified prior to passing a resolution, then having to go back to correct the resolution, or end up in court over.
And that's my question,
Filing.
Mr. Supervisor, was that.
Consequently, that's, is gonna be my recommendation in regards to that.
Okay. So it won't be voted on tonight?
If the board approves my request of having it tabled, yes, sir,
Thank you.
that will take board action.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else wishing to make comments in regards to agenda items? Agenda items? Hearing none, I'm going to close public comments in regards to agenda items. Unfinished business, request to approve Mount Morris Charter Township Employees Handbook, June 2025.
Untable it.
Need a motion to untable?
So move.
Support.
A motion by Allen, supported by Mays to untable, a request to approve Mount Morris Charter Township Employees Handbook, June 2025. Any further discussion on the motion?
Yes. I'll make the motion that we put it back, table it again, because we had questions about it. We've never had a meeting about it. I asked the questions. We got some, I understood the email that you said we received, but there were still other things that I'd like to have went over before we just, because once we adopt this handbook, it's going to be until we get a new one, who knows how many years. So there were some things that we need to make sure that is in there. And some of the things that was taken out, I'd like to know why. I know where they came from. I get all of that, but I'd like to know why and what that's going to look like 5 years from now, a year from now. So I ask that we can table it. I make the motion to table it.
Support.
I thought that's what we just did.
We just untable. We just
Oh,
took
that's
out the
what we,
talk
oh,
about
okay.
it. We didn't get to. we didn't
When
get a
you're
chance to-
when you're voting on a handbook that's going to affect employees from years to come, we need to make sure we know exactly what's in there and all of the things that it pertains to. So we won't 6 months from now, oh, they're doing this because that's in the new handbook, and we're not aware or we're not totally understand why we took certain things out. Because there were some things in the handbook that was taken out that had been in the handbook for many years, and so they were changed, the wording was changed, and so I just want clarification if I'm gonna vote on it.
So my question is, do you want to talk to Gary Phelps?
No,
We want to have a meeting and be able to.
No, I'm talking about for him to come down because we went off his notes.
right,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yes, sir.
that's what
Yes,
we're
sir.
asking for. We had talked about that before, having him come down, explain why he took certain things out and what that looks like for the employees and for us as a board, so when things come to us, we're familiar with it. Because it was like 3 to 4 pages of things that were taken out of it.
I have a motion to table the request to approve the Mount Morris Charter Township Employees Handbook and schedule a special meeting to review that with legal counsel. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes,
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
I'll get with him to see what dates he has available and what we can set something up. Also tabled items was unfinished business, request to approve payable policy. Need a motion to untable?
So move.
Support.
What was the motion, I'm sorry?
Go on table.
On
To
table. Thank
untable.
you. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Good evening Supervisor Green, Township Board members and residents. This agenda item regarding the payables policy would impact the financial policies and procedures guide. There was another issue that has surfaced since this was on the agenda. That issue has been discussed between myself, supervisor and the township clerk, and it also involves the township treasurer. That issue will require some additional discussion and research to address the matter that was brought forward so that we can reach a consensus. And it would be my request that we amend the financial policy one time instead of in parts. And so if I could get the board's request to put this back on the table for further research there so that we can address all of the matters that is dealing with this financial policy.
Requesting this to be clarified?
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, the table, and, well, I'm not sure if Mr. Ryan could actually clarify that. You know, there is another issue that the clerk brought forward to yourself and I that involves an amendment to this policy as well.
Asking this to be tabled so that we can get with legal counsel to review the policy again?
Yes.
Prior to the board looking at adopting?
Making amendments to any parts of the policy at all, yes.
And I am aware of the issue he's referring to. I have done, we did speak about it preliminarily, and then I can work on it more, and hopefully we'll be good to go next week.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm asking for a
Motion to table it.
Make the motion to table it.
Support.
Roll call.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays,
Yes.
Ms. King,
Yes.
vote unanimous.
Under new business, request to approve ordinance 2025-01, Code of Ordinance.
Okay, this is the first reading before we approve the code of ordinances that were brought before us as a whole, just to look at it, but this is actually the first reading that we have to put in paper. So this is what this is, to make it electronic on our website.
So what's your pleasure?
So move that we approve the request of ordinance 2025-1,
Support.
the first reading.
This is just our first reading until we can. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Have a motion by Allen, supported by Baxter, to approve the first reading, request to approve ordinance 2025-01, Code of Ordinance. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is to request the approval of resolution 2025-10 regarding health benefits. This is the one that, under the resolution, I'm asking to be tabled until we can get clarification under ordinance 83-140.
So move to table the request.
Support.
Roll call.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Adora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is investigative report from Detective Beach.
Good evening. Hello. I'm Detective Lori Beach, a Detective Sergeant, Mount Morris Township Police Department. I was asked at the last board meeting, which I believe was June 9th, everybody's leaving, on June 9th to investigate a formal complaint that was made against Supervisor Green. This was given to me by the chief. In reviewing this formal grievance, the cleaning lady stated that she was summoned into Mr. Green's office, that she was instructed to get on her hands and knees and scrub the floors and climb a ladder to scrub the walls. The cleaning lady thought that this dehumanized her, demoralized her. through my investigation, and I provided all of you guys with a packet of it, I interviewed, I don't know, several people, including Mr. Allen, Mr. Green, Ms. Miles. In the, I guess, crux of this investigation, I do believe that Mr. Allen came into work. He noticed that the bathrooms were smelling of urine. There was a GELC meeting with attorneys present. He made a complaint with either Ms. Miles or Mr. Green that the bathrooms needed to be cleaned. That's all that was said. It smelled like urine. They needed to be cleaned. Mr. Green, Mr. Miles had the maintenance man come in and get the cleaning lady to come in and told her about the problem. From there, you can see on video, I looked at video, there's a big meeting going on, there's people going in and out, and if that urine smell was there, it needed to be addressed. How this made her feel demoralized or dehumanized, I don't know. She's the cleaning person. Miss Miles was once the cleaning lady here at this particular place, and she knows that you have to sometimes get down on your hands and knees. You gotta scrub walls, you gotta scrub floors sometimes. And so I think where the comment was made was in Mr. Green's office when this happened on May 14th. Miss Miles said that she also heard the, conversation and that she was part of it, and she is the one that said, sometimes you gotta get down on your hands and knees, because she knows, because she did this job. So I don't know who this came from. It was said, I think, that this was said that she had to get down on her hands and knees and scrub and maybe had to clean the walls because there was urine on it. But either way, she's the cleaning person. Mr. Green was her supervisor, immediate supervisor at that time. So I know at no time was anything racial, demoralizing. When I talked to the cleaning lady, when I interviewed her, she was the first person to be interviewed. She made comments that she wrote this letter. She wrote it, she authored it, she did not have any help from anyone else. However, when I asked her about the letter, she did not know what things inside this letter even meant. She cited the Civil Rights Act was being violated. She didn't even know what that was. She didn't know what the EEOC stood for. So there were some things that led me to believe that she did not author this letter that she wrote. And then further investigating it, when she signs her name at the bottom, whoever wrote this letter or helped her write this letter spelled her name wrong at the bottom of this letter. So when she signs her signature on it, her signature is right. I had to verify that with Human Resources to make sure that her last name was spelled without an S, and on here she spells her name with an S when she types this letter out. So I guess in police work, if one thing stinks, it all stinks, as far as I'm concerned. So I think that she was put up to writing this letter. There has been, in my investigation, no racism, discrimination, no anything. It was simply her boss saying, this needs to be cleaned. We got people here, and that's the end of it. I provided all you guys with a copy of it, and I don't think that there's any further action that needs to be taken in this.
Thank you for your report. Any questions from the board members?
Anything? You're welcome.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the treasurer's request to hire Edwin Daniels as part-time cashier.
Edwina.
Edwina Daniels as part-time cashier. What's your pleasure?
I think this should be tabled as well, because I'd like to hear what the treasurer's reasoning is, to having her be the part-time cashier, and what the, clarifications are as far as taking on the role as a cashier.
I have a motion by Loper to table,
Support.
supported by King. Roll call.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yeah.
Vote unanimous.
Supervisor, before we go any further, I would like, excuse me, I would like to make a motion for a closed session in regards to this forensic audit, in light of information that was received. I would like to go into closed session for that.
I will do that when we have the attorneys present for that. I'll schedule a special closed session meeting, a special meeting to review that letter.
Okay,
And I will let all the board members know if that's acceptable to you,
okay.
because in their information, they requested to be present
Mm-hmm.
and to present the facts to the board.
Mhm.
So, I will contact her and see what we can, and I'll let the board know.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the assessor's request to hire Michael Gilner as the tax tribune attorney in regards to some cases that's being taken to the tax tribune in regards to the assessing procedure. Linda?
So I normally do all of our major tribunal cases ourselves, except this one particular case is, they've been suing the township for other things. And so we want to use an attorney with regards to this one property. So in order to do so, I wanted your permission to hire Mr. Michael Gildner as our tax tribunal attorney. I did reach out to Don Ryan to see if he had ever done tax tribunals, and he said he hadn't had the experience yet. So, but he would eventually like to learn to do that. But until then, I was wanting to use Michael Gildner in cases like this where I would need a tax tribunal attorney.
What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Support.
If I could just weigh in really quickly, I do have some familiarity with the tax tribunal process, but as Mrs. Spearling said, this is a particularly litigious individual, and I'd rather someone who's got plenty of experience with tax tribunal rather than having me figure out on the job. But I am intending to get some training in tax tribunal, and I do foresee in the near future being able to handle those as part of my regular duties, if that's what we're looking for.
Have a motion by Batchor, supported by King, to hire Michael Glavner as the tax tribunal attorney for the township when needed. What's your pleasure? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mays,
Yes.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is request approval of partial 1408-400-019 application for farmland agreement. What's your pleasure?
So moved.
Support.
I have a motion by May, supported by Allen, to approve the request for partial 1408-400-019 application for farmland agreement. Any further discussion on the motion?
I have a question. Forgive me
Yes.
for not asking earlier. I just want to make sure, I mean, I know we do this before, and I was looking at the property. This property is 17 acres off Linden Road. And I also know that there's some solar farms that aren't too far away from it. I think we have enough solar farms already. So I just wanted to make sure, I don't know if the applicant was here, if that was the intention, but my understanding is when they usually do this, that they just want to make sure that that land's always going to be available to grow crops. And in the application, it says for cash crops. But did anybody else have any idea? Do you know the reason?
Under the, just Linda?
Mr. Schlickson in the application, he does strictly farming. He doesn't do the solar farms, and he has no intention of doing this.
Thank you.
And under that, then you have to generate X number of dollars per acre as stated in the application, and he complies with that, and to maintain that, he has to do that, and so.
I just wanted to make sure, because I know like the state took over a lot of that zoning, and I'm not sure exactly what the guidelines of how much property, and then they take the power out of local municipalities, and I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a rezone to process through the state.
Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is Financial Director request to attend training in the amount of $1,710.
Good evening again, Supervisor Green, Township Board members and residents. This agenda item is to request my attendance at the fall Michigan Finance Officers Training that is this year in Muskegon. It would start on September 28th and end on October 2nd. This year's agenda is particularly interesting because of the things that they're going to address relative to all of the static that's going on at the federal government, as well as some of the proposed taxing legislation that is in the House of our state government. So I'm asking your approval for this training.
So moved.
Support.
I have a motion by King, supported by Mays, to allow the Finance Director to attend the training in amounts of $1,710. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Thank you. That is in my department's travel budget as well. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is request to approve Resolution 2025-11, Beecher Homecoming Parade. What's your pleasure?
So move.
Support.
Support.
I have a motion by Allen, supported by King, to approve the request under Resolution 2025-11, Beecher's Homecoming Parade. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is a clarification of the deputy treasurer's contract clarification. One of the things under the clarification of the contract, to be eligible for benefits, the employees have to work 40 hours a week. I asked legal counsel to review it. Clerk Allen also provided information in regards to the requirements from our carriers that state those things have to be. And so I'm asking for a clarification from the board in regards to their motion that this individual has to work 40 hours a week based on her salary to comply with what the insurance companies require us to do for they're eligible for the coverage.
Which is like every other employee, am I correct?
That's correct.
Right.
That was my question. So the conflict or argument is that you work less than 40 hours a week and still get the vacation time? Is that,
No,
the
no.
cl- what is
It's
the
not
clarification?
vacation time. The clarification is for the medical and the pension programs that the township offers. Those programs require employees to work 40 hours a week before they're eligible for the benefits. If they don't meet the 40 hours a week, they're not eligible for the benefits that we provide.
Okay, I'm just trying to get clarification
No,
of
that's- I
what
just
the
wanted to
issue
clarify
is,
that's-
because since the treasurer is not here to, okay.
So that's what I needed from the board in regards to their motion to hire her. And under the contract, she has to provide her address. And under the contract, it simply says her address is the state of Michigan. She has not clarified that.
I did present that, what Mr. Green had asked of the deputy treasurer. I think one of the questions was to, I asked her for her address, just like any other employment contract we have is there.
Right.
You know, she had some questions, I even showed her kind of what they look like and everybody else provided. She had reassured me about a week or two ago that she will give that to me, but she hasn't as of now. So that's one of the things that I didn't get from her, so her contract hasn't been signed because of some of the things that were in it, as well the clarification of the work hours that he had.
So this vote of clarification is not her address. Let's stick to what we're trying to clarify. So we're voting to, or clarifying her address, and we're clarifying the 40 hours, because I wholeheartedly agree with you that if you're going to get medical benefits, you have to work 40 hours. That's just normal, common sense.
Sure.
So when you brought the address in, I think that's something that you all need to handle.
No, I was just
No, no.
clarifying his response
Okay,
to that.
I'm just trying to figure that out.
Under the contract,
Yes.
we have to notify them legally through registered mail to their address reported here under the contract, which states the state of Michigan. I don't know where to mail it to.
And I was just
That's
giving
what I
my-
needed to, that's what I was asking. So you're trying to mail it to her and you don't know where to, okay.
Well, and I would ask, I'm assuming we have the address to all of our employees.
We do,
Okay.
except for this one, it
Yeah,
says
okay.
the address and who address is the state of Michigan and consideration of the mutual coverage agreement as follows. Now I need an address.
And that was the context I was providing, that I did reach out to her, that's all, that was what that 2 cents was about.
I think with this contract is like, so it has the wages that is, the contract, a lot of the other ones is so much a year based on per hour, times 2,080, they gave the contract. This one does not in particular say that, so it just gives the wages. But I think we're perfectly in line to be able to sit there and say, I think 40 hours is what we expect a full-time employee
Exactly,
would have.
yes.
But 4.3 in it says the employee may elect the employer to provide health insurance after 90 days of the contract start date on the terms of the employer's plan and shall govern the benefits, eligibility, co-pays, premiums, pays, and other terms of coverage the insurer provides shall be the discretionary of the employer. I think that definitely protects us. So if you don't want to work 40 hours, I would say you're not a full-time employee. So, and so it's like, and I don't know if the attorney can kind of agree. I think that definitely gives us protection to do that because it's on our terms. And I think everybody, for myself, when she was hired, I think that we assumed that she would be working here 40 hours.
I think that most of us assume that between the benefits and the salaries that we give our employees, that they're all working full-time, except for the few that we know are part-time. But other than that, I personally thought that people were working 40 hours a week, at least.
And
My-
I'm sorry. I was up here twice today, and I did not see this individual. I don't know what they were doing, but I did see a line down the hall of people waiting to pay taxes. And I see our cashier that once when I was here, that she had to excuse herself and you go use the restroom while people waited. So if the deputy treasurer was here, she may be off today. I don't know. It's just I was here, but twice, and there wasn't, both times there was a line in the hall for people waiting to pay. And so if they were here and they were 40 hours, maybe our residents would be able to pay their taxes for we could get the revenue to be able to pay and keep the operations going. And that's just a snapshot picture of the one time that I was in here, but we all hear that's kind of a continuous thing. And not just that department.
That and a whole lot of the other.
Right.
Yes,
We
yes,
hear
yes.
it in other offices too,
Other folks
so-
aren't staying here for 40 hours either.
My biggest concern is we're looking at this one contract. I probably can't even count how many times I've asked for us to have a contract template so they all look alike. Her contract is a little different from somebody else sitting in another office. We have yet to sit down with the lawyer and have a contract that is the same for every single everybody that hires in here. If the verbiage is going to be you work 40 hours to get benefits and all of the other fringe benefits, that needs to be in everybody's contract. We're sitting here, well, I think that it should be this. We shouldn't be thinking. We should know. And it should be in writing. And we have yet to do that. And now she's going to be the poster child because we're going to make sure it's with her. But what about the other ones? Because we still don't have a template. I'm not against what we're saying about having somebody work 40 hours to get their benefits. But again, We get sued every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes, we got a lawsuit going. So here we are with no template, and we're trying to figure out the contract and what should be in it and what shouldn't, when it should be done. When are we going to, as a board, have a true template for a contract for everybody walking in this door to be hired?
I know we requested it a couple meetings ago.
1,000 meetings ago.
Yeah, right, and so, and again, and again, and again. So I'd like to make a motion that we have our attorney do that for us, that we get a template for our, all our employees so that we can just be filled in with the particulars of each individual.
And then we come back to this because in some places, 32 hours is considered full-time. We need to have it in writing and not be figuring out and trying to think what we think. Let's get it done so we know. And then we can come back here and say, this is this.
On the floor, do I have support? I have a motion on the floor. The motion
To have the
is
attorney put this
attorney-
template together for the employees, for all employees.
Contracted employees.
Yes, sir.
How many contracted employees are there? I know, obviously.
1, 2, 3, I think there's 4.
Four?
Got the chief of police, deputy treasurer, deputy clerk, finance
Right.
director, I believe those are
Those are the four that I was thinking of. I just want to make sure
Yep.
there's, just one that hasn't come up and I didn't realize.
Well, we have 4 and we still don't have a template. Make it make sense.
We need some support.
I need support.
Support.
We have a motion by King, supported by Loper, to have attorney draw up a template contract for all contracted employees. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Vote unanimous. So my other question is, did that answer the question of what that motion?
I believe Ms. Loper's suggestion was that we table this so that I have a draft contract for the next meeting when we address this.
So we're gonna present a new contract to the deputy.
Right, so we know what it says and it's the same language.
So you're requesting this to be tabled until the next meeting?
Yes,
Clarification of the contract.
yes. Please
There's
and
a
thank
motion
you.
to table by Roper, do I have support?
Support.
Roll call.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is Finance Director.
Thank you. Good evening again. I would like to, just one quick reflection on the last agenda item, and as you review it, Mr. Ryan, if you could look at page number 3, there's 3 different things mentioned on page 3 of this contract that I believe is very, very contradictory to that last agenda item there. Thank you. That'd be paragraph 4.1, 4.2, and 4.5.
What were the numbers again?
4.1, 4.2, and 4.5.
Thank you.
Also at 4.6, A, B,
I think those 3 will kind of direct what should go in 4.6. I do have financials for you all, but today was so full, I did not get an opportunity to review it with Supervisor Green, which is what the proper procedure is to do. But I would like to just highlight the fact that the audit, the financial portion of it, has pretty much wrapped itself up. I do have somewhat of a projection as to where the audited year will end with both income and expenses, and that is $21,153,098 in projected income against projected expenses of $19,941,636. So we will see a gain to the fund balances across 3 of the funds that are being audited this year. So I will send those out after I review this tomorrow with the supervisor there, and it will be in all of your boxes. There's that. There is a outstanding request that I'm hopeful to get some clarification, and Mr. Clerk, this is not to disparage you in any kind of way, but I didn't want the body to know that in the process of the audit, there is certain information asked for that your finance director does not have access to. Last 3 audits, we've gotten through it. We had more staff. There was an opportunity to get it without disruption. But it's becoming more than bothersome to me individually and as a work stoppage to the flow of our financials, not having access to certain things that the prior financial director to Mr. Eason, and even when I was here in my first tenure, had access to. I know that it's being worked on there, but several of you have asked me over a period of time if those things have been addressed, and while they're being addressed, they're not completed. And so I'm hopeful that this satisfies some of your questions that you have asked me relative to that topic. There, the clerk and I am working in tandem on getting those things done there, but there are still to date some things that I need access to as your finance director that I don't have access to. Send you a list of those things as we go. I don't think it's something that should be mentioned publicly there, but I will send you all a list of what those things are there with that.
Just a little add to that, was, there was a request asked by our financial director as well as Yo, from what their interpretation of when the MERS documents should have posted from Mount Morris Township, and by MERS. They thought that when MERS posts one township, all of them are posted. Well, that's not the case. It's on a case-by-case. So when he sent in a request, we didn't have the information as we sent the chain to our financial director as well as Michael Roper that we didn't have the information. And they gave us their response to why they didn't have it in the system to give to them. But when we got it within that morning, I think that was close to a weekend, a Thursday, Friday request.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that Monday morning, MERS reassured me that we would have it Monday from a Friday email. We got into work, and as soon as we got that information, we sent it to Yo and Yo as well as the financial director, because at that time, I think he was on vacation. So we're trying to, like I said, it's been a lot of requests coming in with pending litigation pertaining to MERS and all that stuff. So I think that's what all this got caught in the mix-up with. But I am, first thing in the morning, will make some calls to see what I can do once again. But there wasn't nothing that stopped you from getting information you
No,
needed.
no, and I
just want to
certainly-
clarify that you
Thank-
got it when we got it. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you did bring that matter to light, the information, this year, as you all know, the engagement for the audit was tailored, so that there were certain schedules that traditionally auditors do for municipalities and their clients, and they were even surprised that we're not doing them this year. That was one of them. There, and with the information being sent directly to Mr. Roker, there is a possibility, I have not had an opportunity to talk to him yet, there's a possibility that they may have gone ahead and did that schedule.
They have not. He
If
confirmed it.
they have, or if they did have their hand in reconciling that, that will reflect in the final charges of the audit. But I have prepared that schedule. The schedule is prepared. We did get the information once it was produced. That is a part of the information MERS that I don't have access to that we're working on there. But because that, is one of the last things to get that draft audit moving there. They were anticipating that. But again, we got it when we got it, and they got it when we got it there with that. That's all I have tonight. Okay.
Thank you.
I would
Clerk's
think,
report.
may I say something,
ma'am.
Supervisor? I would think that the things that our financial director and the treasurer's office need are just as important as the things at the clerk's department. And when we're not working cooperatively, it slows both departments down, therefore the township as a whole.
I
I
just think,
understand that, but basically, one of the questions that he had requested for was under the MERS. That wasn't available. They don't do all the municipalities at one time. And that's what they stated, and as soon as it came to the township clerk's office that same day, it was sent to
And I hear
the
you,
auditors and sent to
On
the
that.
finance director, okay?
but I'm assuming there was more than just that MERS.
everything else he
was-
got,
That he needed.
He has he has access to everything else that he said he needed.
right?
And
That was just
so,
the one little situation
The
that.
biggest issue was the MERS aspect, and MERS had not provided that to the township.
I get that. I hear what you're saying, that they hadn't provided it, and when they did, he got it. But what I just heard him say is that it was more than just that he needed access to, and he's nodding his head now in agreeance. So all I'm asking is that whatever he needs to be able to do his job, just like the clerk needs certain things to do your job,
For sure.
then if we can work in a cooperative manner, then the township as a whole benefits if we can do
Always,
that,
Always,
We understand that.
Yep,
right?
We're working towards that.
for sure.
Clerk's office.
We have nothing at this time. But to just say that, and I think that's on another, probably, talking point, that we did agree to a TA, but I'll let Mr. Green talk about that at the end, with our union, with the GLC. It's official. That our contract, we ratified, we got a contract, agreement with the GLC, and that you'll be seeing, if you haven't, the email come from Gary. He sent it out as of yet?
I haven't gotten it.
I've seen it.
You've seen it? Okay, well,
We
it's out.
sent it to everybody.
Everybody has them.
Gary said he sent it to everybody.
I checked the emails to
I
make
will.
sure.
I will.
You sent it to everybody.
did you send me this?
I have to verify his email, because I don't know, but he sent.
So maybe I'll check another.
Gary sent them,
And you said it's been ratified already?
Not ratified yet.
Okay.
They voting on it next week, next
Okay.
Monday, but we got a TA,
Okay.
and they'll list everything that, will
Okay.
work out.
Can you send it to the email that you sent me on Wednesday?
Will do.
Because I think it may have went to my.
I think so, with both of you.
With probably me too, not the one I used. Okay, thank you.
Next item on the agenda is public comments. Anyone wishing to address the board, please do so at this time. Anyone wishing to address the board, please come to the podium.
If you don't mind, I'll stand right
I
here.
don't mind.
Thank you.
Name?
Brenda Ashley, Linden Road, Monmouth Township. Regarding board meeting 2 weeks ago, nowhere, one of you were, the rest of you, I do not understand why you did not attend the board meeting. And when you don't attend the board meeting, the only question I'll ask is, did you get your $500 check for that meeting and have you cashed it?
I think the board was notified, if I remember correctly, by the clerk that we did not have a quorum, if I remember correctly.
We had members call and state because of other obligations, they could not be there. I could not make the meeting because my wife had surgery that day and I was at the hospital. And the other board members that called in, and what was left, there was not a quorum.
Wasn't a quorum, correct.
So consequently, we postponed or canceled the meeting. Any other public comments? Come to the podium, please.
My name's Terry Green, live at 3064 Westmont Avenue. First of all, you guys got a smile. You're having way too much fun, I can just tell. Okay. I have 3 major issues I'd like to address. I've been to the Treasurer's Department multiple times to get a billing address changed that for some reason can't seem to happen. Been there many times to get a water bill out of my name. That can't seem to happen because the guy bought the house on a land contract. Bill should be going to him, not me. I have another house, I've been there multiple times, because this bill don't come with all the other bills. It's 6 weeks dead in the middle. It's, don't even, your bills are supposed to be paid in a couple of days. This one's not even out yet. It's not due until August 15th. Next time it's gonna be due. It hasn't even been mailed. Why? I can't get an answer. I tried to set up a meeting with the treasurer, no phone calls, never no answers, never no nothing. I'm told that the board can't do anything about it if the board don't know. Ta-da, now you know. I have water bills.
Do you have addresses?
To all of these water bills?
Do you need addresses in regards to the ones that you're requesting changes to be made to let the board know that?
3456 Westmont Avenue has not been changed. The billing address is supposed to be 3064 Westmont Avenue. The water bill at 3078 Westmont Avenue, that should be changed to 3078 Westmont Avenue with the young man's name, not mine. 3290 Home, that bill right there is a sewer bill. I have other sewer bills from the township, so you can't say that it's not water sewer bill, it's just sewer bill, which I've been told. It just don't come with all the other ones. House next door is on a well. I got that bill, I don't get this bill. Why? She says the bill comes from Beecher Water Department. Right, Beecher Water Department sends me the bill.
Jersey County Water and Waste.
Okay, by mistake. You tell them to generate the bill, what the bill is, da-da-da-da-da, I pay my bill here, you go forward from there. I have a fistful of bills here that have never been paid all year, or part of the year, should all have shut-off notice. If you haven't generated a shut-off notice all year long. My understandings, you also get a bill for water. You pay that bill. If I don't pay that bill, I'm tying up the taxpayers' money. At the end of the year, you add it to my taxes. Yay, $7,000 added to my taxes. That's great, because nobody shut off their water. To me, that's a lot of money. Understand it might not buy Mr. Tyson's lunch, but that's a lot of money to me, okay? I'm only one guy. Just a small little guy. Township's got how many people? You guys are paying these water bills with the taxpayers' money. You're not getting the money back. She's not shutting off the water. Tenant don't care. Water don't get shut off, gets added to my taxes. If it gets added to their taxes, they can't pay it, they lose the house. You get the money back without interest in 4 years. That's the taxpayer money that's just been, you guys are all about, guys, give me money, money. This is how you generate your money. There's no penalty if I don't pay it. You won't shut my water off. I've been doing this a long time. This is the first time I've ever seen no shut-off notices all year.
The time's up, sir.
Thank you for your time. Hope you guys have a beautiful day.
Any other citizens' comments? Any other citizens' comments?
Pamela Green, West Ridgeway Avenue. My comment is actually to the people that showed up today. I like that you guys showed up. I hope you show up more often, not when it's just something that you think directly affects you, because all of the raises they give, all of the expenses they use, any money that comes in and out of this township affects you. And when you don't realize it, before it's too late, your tax bill is raised. So I think we all should stay involved. We all should watch this entire board. I'm not condemning anybody. I'm saying that us as a township need to be more proactive. We need to watch so we can see what we're happy with, what we're not happy with, and come
Comments
the
to the
next.
board, ma'am, not the residents.
And, well, I appreciate the residents coming to see what the board is doing, and I hope they continue to come.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else wishing to make comments to the board?
My name's Carolyn Wiedenhammer. I live on Florine, a little dead end that's a lot of times forgotten. And I've been there 35 years, so I'm pretty familiar with the area. Lately, our storms that we've been getting, I don't know if the ditches aren't cleaned out or I don't even know how to maintain them, but the water is coming into my home, into my appliances. I'm still drying it out from Friday's storm. It's costing me a lot of money and it's going to be financially devastating to me if it's not cleaned up. I don't know, like I said, the ditches, if you clean them out or what you do, but it hasn't been done. At the end of my road, you couldn't even get down to the last 4 houses at the end of that road. It was underwater bad. And it's not draining out quick enough, and it's coming into my house. I have a problem with that.
I will contact the county road commission and ask them when they are planning on doing the ditching in that area.
Is that something that's done as they ditch it?
The Genesee County Road Commission is in charge of that. We have no bearings in regards to that whatsoever.
I would appreciate
The amount
that.
of rain that we got Friday in a period of about 40 minutes equaled about 1.6 inches, and that is a tremendous amount of water to come down in such a short period of time, and the draining system in the county isn't, in Mount Morris Township, it ain't designed to handle that. I had several streets throughout the neighborhood that I live in that flooded, several areas up in the beach area flooded, and a lot of the other streets flooded, a lot of the rural areas flooded, because that amount of water hitting all at once was astronomical.
I do understand that, but lately, it's been the rains that we've been getting.
We had tremendous rainfall that come drastically, but I will contact the county road commission in the morning in regards to what their plans in regards to your area for ditching is.
I sure do appreciate it.
You're more
Behind me as well, there's a ditch too, and that's never been cleaned out. Same people?
If that's a drainage ditch, then it's a Genesee County Drain Commission, and you don't want to know what that costs to fix that, because they'll have to do a drain hearing in regards to it, and everybody property that butts that on either side will be charged $100 per foot of your property that touches that, and that's a part of the drain hearing that has to prove that that.
Yeah, I've been there for that too. Long time. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to make comments?
I do,
Any-
real quick. Much to the chief's chagrin, I'm sure he doesn't want me back here again, but here I go. Lori Beach, Mount Morris Township Police Department. Regarding 2 different things that you guys brought up tonight. One is Ginger's contract, the other is hiring Edwina for another cashier. I think May 12th, Ms. Loper, you clarified at that board meeting what hours Ms. Ginger, I don't know what her last name is, what the deputy cashier treasurer is going to be, what hours she's going to work. And I believe it was said 7 to 5, Monday through Thursday were the days you wanted the verification. And that she wasn't going to be paid these PTO or vacation, she had to earn them. Again, I don't see her here. I saw the line today up there. Jean was by herself doing her work. But here's the problem. Every 2 weeks I get this or more. We have 3 detectives, me and a brand new one, and another one, and one's out on sick leave. You have a treasurer, a deputy treasurer, and a cashier, but if 2 out of 3 of them don't show up, you got one at the window with a line of people up there. So I thought at the May 12th meeting, you clarified what her hours were gonna be, and if she's not working those hours, how is she getting the benefits and getting all those other things? So I just, before you go off and hire somebody else for another cashier, I gotta do this, and there's only 3 of us, and I don't get lunches either, so just kind of keep that in mind then.
Thank you for that
We have to.
clarification, and I did. I just want things to be put in writing.
I know you
I'm
do.
not disputing the hours,
Right.
and we did say it.
Yeah.
But I've asked a million times so we can have things in writing so that we know, so we won't be going over things that was
And I
in the
thought that was
past.
clarification on that day, the hours and days that she was to work
From
and
here
earn
to
her
the
PTO
paper, it
and
didn't get
vacation.
there.
Anyway, just a thought before you go do more. Thank you.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but since this lady back here brought up the thing about the ditch problem, I've been dealing with it for years.
State your name, please.
Jim Thomas, 5393 Webster Road, Flint, Michigan, Mount Morris Township. I've been dealing with this deal with the ditches for quite some years. I've lived there 31 years. When we first moved in there for several years, we never had a problem there. No flooding, no nothing, the ditches worked. And then the Genesee County come along and they decided they're gonna clean our ditches out. After that happened, our ditches started running backwards. My ditch, the property on the north of me, 2 houses to the south of me, the water's running back towards us instead of running south down the road towards Carpenter Road. Now, there is a ditch down there, big ditch, that's, I assume it's what, water and waste that takes care of that?
Drainage ditches, yes.
The drainage ditch that goes over to the pits. I'd had water and waste out there, I've had Genesee County out there many times. This is how far back this goes. I've had several discussions with former Supervisor Larry Foster over this, and he's been out there several times. Yeah, you got a problem. Everybody tells me I've got a problem, but nobody wants to do anything about it. On the driveway south of my driveway, there's a catch basin there. There used to be one across the street. For whatever reason, they took that one out, and I don't know what they did. They just filled the road in or whatever. The other catch basin is still there. I have tried and tried, along with my neighbors. Why can't, you got the catch basin there, why don't you fix it? Why don't you do something with it? We didn't have this flooding before. It's just been in the last, 15 years or so, after the county come through there, cleaned the ditches out, eliminated the catch basin. They didn't even know the catch basins were there. I talked to a guy at the county one day, I can't remember his last name now. Larry, I'm sure you know him, his first name was Bill Henry. Yeah. And he come out, and I asked him about the catch basins. He goes, what catch basins? I said, the county don't know? Well, I'll go back and look at my maps and I'll get back with you. Come back, there's no catch basins here. Please get out of your truck, I'll show you where they're at. And over the years, they're claiming erosion somewhere way back down in the farm fields. And there's a pipe, Henry told me, there's a pipe that goes from that catch basin, goes way out back behind my house and my neighbor's house. And they came in there and rotted it out, but he says there's something broke. Okay, if there's something broke, something needs to be fixed, am I correct?
Correct.
And this has been like 8 years ago. And we've been to the county, like I said, Water and Waste, a guy by the name of Tom Jones, just like the singer, came out from Water and Waste. He said, come on, let's you and I take a walk. We walked north down to about the 4th house. He turned around and looked, and he said, yes, you have definitely got a problem here, but it's not our problem. It's the county's. After that, I talked to the county. So anyway, when you talk to the county tomorrow, would you please put in a word for us? This last Saturday, when it rained, that road flooded completely over. My neighbor's driveway flooded. My side yard was flooded, my backyard was flooded. I can't even mow my yard or do anything. But thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to make comments? Public comments? Closing public comments. Attorney's report.
Nothing to report. I'll have the draft contract by next meeting, by the time that the packet goes out. So it can be reviewed before we come in.
Thank you. Fire chief's reports. Thank you. The other two are not present. I guess that leaves you, chief.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
So I've got some unfortunate news. So since the last board meeting, I've had 2 officers resign. Our first officer, named Sebastian Hudson. Mr. Hudson, we sponsored through the police academy from January to May. Once he put the uniform on, got in the police car, and started responding to 911 calls, he realized this was not for him. So I'm glad he realized, a month or 2 months in, this was not for him and not 5 years down the road. So I give him kudos for realizing this was not the job for him. So I'm asking the board to accept Sebastian Hudson's resignation.
What's your pleasure?
Make a motion to approve.
Support.
Have a motion by Baxter, supported by Mays, to accept Officer Hudson's letter of resigning. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
All right, and the next officer that resigned is Sean Bradley. Mr. Bradley was one of the officers that was involved in that terrible accident on I-75 a couple months ago. He was brought back on light duty, and during that time, he decided he was going to go another route and go into, I don't know, another career field. I can't remember what it was at the time, but, so he's also resigned, so I'm asking the board to accept Sean Bradley's resignation.
What's your pleasure?
So move.
Support.
Motion by Allen, supported by Mays, to accept Sean Bradley's letter of resigning. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
That's all I've got, board. Thank you.
Chief,
Yes.
what's that bring your count down to?
My,
We're full staff, right?
we were full staffed at 28, so that brings us down to 26.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next item on the agenda is board comments. Ms. King.
Thank you, Supervisor. I just want to say thank you to all those that were here before, that left out, and that are here. I have to agree with Ms. Green. We need to be more involved with what's going on here at the township. That way, you would better understand what the board is up against and what we're being told not to say and what to say, and pretty much, how to deal with some stuff that's going on with the township. So I agree. Please come. If you're not here, at least watch it on the, what is it, Facebook one? YouTube?
That's really cool.
Facebook, huh?
That's very cool.
YouTube, yeah, okay, so, whichever way you're watching it, just be involved and hopefully, because some of the things that this as a board, individuals on this board set out to do, we haven't even been able to entertain. Economic development, youth development, blight removal, the list goes on. And it's disheartening as a board member to just keep bickering and fighting and deciding about lawsuits, and it's just so much muckety-muck that we don't get to do what we wanted to do when we first got here, and that was uplift this community. And that's what I still would like to see. I still want to be able to move forward with the economic development, youth development, blight removal, and the other things that are near and dear to the other board members. And hopefully, get away from all this, just a waste of time, hatefulness, conniving, gossiping. Just, it's a lot of waste of time. It certainly is. And I think that we're not doing our residents the benefit that we should by focusing on this nonsense instead of some of the things that we wanted to when we first got here. That's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Baxter.
I'd like also to thank everybody that came out, just regards to Mrs. Ashley's comment 2 weeks ago, that I did get a phone call from Clerk Allen and asked if I would be in attendance in the meeting, and I told him that I was planning on being there and I would be in attendance. And then a few hours later, I got a phone call from Stephanie saying that there was not a quorum, so to let you know that I was planning on being there. And so when I was still trying to hopefully to get up here because I knew that the resolution and the retirement was gonna be there, but honestly, I'll be quite honest, once the meeting was canceled, I had other things to do, and I didn't make it up here. But I had every intention, I would've been here if we had a meeting. Once I was informed it wasn't a quorum, so I was gonna be there. And also, the one on that resolution, I don't wanna go into details because it was tabled, but trust me, I've been looking at it, and I think we need to get it right. I was doing a lot of stuff, looking through it and trying to figure things out. Some of it's gray to me, some of it's not, but we need to get it right. I mean, if there's issues in there that need to be taken care of, then there's issues that need to be taken care of. And some of the things that I see in there, and I mentioned one to the supervisor even today, that I think one statement contradicts another statement. And if we go on and move on with something, we need to get that right and figure it out. So that's my goal, and I'm sure everyone else's goal. We don't want to keep backtracking, doing one thing, and, I mean, there's a lot of discussion on that. We can't make a motion and then come back up 2 weeks later, say, or a month later, and say, oh, we need to fix that. So, but today it looked like it was just a table meeting, but we're just trying to get it right. And so, and the fluorine, I drive by fluorine, I go down it, and I do know, I understand the water. My wife and I were out in Lansing when it rained, and when I came home, I drove by fluorine, I looked down, I could see the water I got on Stanley Road, and I'm like, there is a lot of water. And I got home and I went down by a Stroud, and I live near, between Detroit Street and Saginaw Street on Stanley. And so, got down, and then the one house that their yard always floods, the water was up a foot past their door. And it was like, and then Estrella always floods there, and it is very frustrating, and I don't know how, like, we can only put so much pressure on Genesee County Water and Waste to try to get things done, you know, and it's very frustrating when our residents, you guys, are having a problem, and it's been going on for years. I mean, since Mr. Foster, the statement is like, and I don't know, honestly, I don't know how to fix it. My best is call Mr. Cousineau, the county commissioner, and put a little heat, or they could put a little heat down on the county board, you know, let them continue that process. And I'm not saying, I can't speak for Mr. Green, but sometimes it seems like the supervisor will call down there and like, yeah, okay, we'll get to it. And it's like, and it's frustrating. And, you know, my basement gets, when it rains heavy, I get water in my basement. My house was built over 100 years ago, and it just dried out last week, and it's not dry now.
Right.
And it's like, and it's been a real wet spring. And I hope everybody had a good 4th. I hope people can start to get some sleep. It's starting to quiet down a little bit with the fireworks, you know, so, but, and I appreciate people coming here, and trust me, my goal, and I'm sure everybody else's goal up here, is get it right, move the township forward in a good direction. And sometimes it's a battle, and it's sometimes it's frustrating. Not with the board, it's just, and a lot of times it's an outside source, like county. And it's like, and people get mad at our roads, and we have nothing to do with them. The drainage ditches, we have nothing to do with them. They got a supervisor that'll make the phone call, and sometimes it gets a little bit, you know, they come out and, but squeaky wheel gets the grease. I know their meetings are usually like 10 o'clock in the morning when most people are working. And sometimes I wonder why that is, you know.
I wonder.
But that's it.
Mr. Mays.
I'm just gonna, excuse me, say some of the same things that have already been said, but I just want to let the residents know that I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do, which is, as Mr. Baxter said, get it right, okay? I need information to get it right. There's a lot of stuff out there we're still waiting for information on. I don't want to vote on anything that I don't have all the information on. I'm not going to do that. So it's not beneficial to the township. It's not beneficial to you as a resident. So until I get the information to make the proper decision that I need to make, I'm tabling it. So that's where I am with that. Thank you all for coming.
Mr. Allen.
Good evening. Okay, good evening. Sharing the same sentiments as everyone else. Being the clerk and the record keeper, my job is to facilitate all information that comes in from everybody else and make sure that I'm transparent when it comes in and to go out. And I can actually say this year has been a lot of information coming in with all the things we've been dealing with in the township. So this hasn't been a boring task whatsoever. And you just got to take it day by day. And the citizens, you know, are in the community. You should voice your opinions about what's going on, because sometimes we seem like we just in a glass. You don't hear things, and you got to take it for what it's worth when you do hear it, and do your research like my fellow board members do. So I implore, I want you to come in and speak your mind and speak and say it with enthusiasm and everything else. So, thanks for everybody coming out, and everybody be safe. That's all I have.
Mrs. Loper.
Okay, here I go. First of all, normally, I always apologize if I miss a meeting. Since I've been on this board, I have never been a part of a non-quorum. And we've never had a time where we did not have a quorum, except the last meeting with our previous supervisor, and that was a whole nother story. So we are here. We are here. And I called and I said to the clerk, is everybody okay? Instead of just assuming we just stayed at home, maybe somebody had an emergency, maybe somebody was sick, maybe stop to ask instead of just assuming the worst, that we just stayed at home. Just stop. Is everybody okay? I personally went to Mr. Green's office and I said, Mr. Green, I'm sorry I couldn't meet, I had to work. I don't know about everybody else when you brought up the $500, but I don't get $500. By the time they take taxes, it's nowhere near close to $500. So let me just make that, let me make that clear. I take this job very serious. And if I'm gonna be late, I'll let Mr. Green know and I'll let Dwayne know. I rush straight from work at 5 o'clock and come right here so that I can be here on time. And I let Mr. Green know as soon as I found out that I couldn't be here, why I couldn't be here, so he knew. So just don't assume that we're just sitting up here and if somebody misses, they're just at home, because we do care about this. We take it home with us. We may not be here every day like the clerk and the treasurer and the supervisor, but we're dealing with it every day too. We're dealing with it plus our jobs that we have 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week. I'm on call all the time at my job. So when I leave here, if I get a phone call, I better answer that phone call or my email. So I take it serious. So I'm just asking before you make these judgments, like we just were sitting at home, ask me, were you okay? I'm glad to see you today. Was everybody okay? Just check before you make that assumption. Because each and every one of us take this serious. And since I've been on this board since 2020, we have never had a time where we did not have a quorum. Never. So that goes to show you how serious we take it. So I just needed to put that out there in the atmosphere because the remark and the amount was geared toward the trustees. And I just want to make it clear that each and every one of us care about what we're doing, or else we wouldn't be sitting here. Thank you all for coming. And I agree. Come not just when it pertains to you, but come all the time. Give us that support. Don't sit in the audience and make the remarks and things like we're just, I hear all the snickering and stuff. It's important to us to make good decisions. The reason I asked for the handbook to be tabled, because when I'm gone, the rules and the things and policies we make are going to affect people long after I leave. And I want to make sure we're making good decisions and good policies. So it's important to me. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Chief Veach, I almost called you the other night. They were shooting firecrackers about 12 o'clock at night. So can they just kind of, I didn't know what was going on. So it's getting really, really bad, but hopefully it'll calm down. But thank you, everybody. He always makes me go last. I know he do it.
That's the only way I can get even. No, just all kidding aside. Mr. Allen and myself, along with legal counsel, working with the unions, we had a mediator come in and we spent several hours that day. I think we got through around 6:30 in the evening. But we reached a tentative agreement. We settled all the disputes in regards to contract language as much as we could. And I think everybody in the township will be better off for it. And I will make sure that the board members that didn't receive them will receive them, because the attorney stated that he had mailed them to everyone. And I will make sure you get copies. And I thank everybody for coming. I know there's been a lot of when is this going to transpire and when is that going to transpire. I received a phone call from the Genesee County Road Commission last Thursday at about 20 minutes to 5 that they had received the bids for the roads that we had requested. And they are having a meeting tomorrow with the County Road Commission Board to award that contract for the 30 roads that we requested to be fixed. That meeting is tomorrow at 10 o'clock at the Genesee County Road Commission, and I will be there when they award the contract, so I can ask the individuals if they're there or when they plan on starting, so we can hopefully get these roads completed this year. And I thank everybody for coming. I thank them for their questions. Only have one small item to ask. Mr. Tyson, would you please behave back there? Thank you for everybody for coming. I need a motion to adjourn, please.
Make the motion to adjourn. Support.
Yes.
I told them I would just stay here.
Fine.